The Real Gina B, Date with the Plate. And I am here. I said I'm going live every single day for the rest of this year. And I did not want to go live tonight. And my husband even said, how about you not go live tonight and just go live, or don't go live tonight on your Date with the Play channel, since a lot of people ain't watching my lives. Y'all watch my videos but not my lives. I don't know why. I need to get some better content on this one. But my parenting channel, it be lit over there. Even if I go live late, we still have at least 50 people. I think the most was like almost 200 people that was on the live. So I, for a, my parenting channel doesn't hardly have anybody on it. And of course, Date with a Play is still trying to thrive. We trying to get to 500 subscribers. So come on, y'all, come on in here. I'm gonna have some more things, but we're trying to get to 500 subscribers on Date with the Plate. We are trying to get to 200 to 250 on Not So Perfect Parenting with Regina Long. So we are moving right along, and I appreciate everybody that's coming in. I see somebody on the live. Thank you for joining this. After the live today, or this live, I'm going on to Not So Perfect Parenting, and we're going to be over there talking about parenting things and just encouragement and all that good stuff. So I am going to go ahead and finish out. I'm doing a marriage dating series because, of course, this is Date with a Plate, and we doing all things love, all things food, food challenges, all of that. So a couple of days ago, we started a series called Marriage on the Menu. And we have three things that we were talking about in relationships is explore the ingredients of a good marriage or relationship. And we have a 3-course meal, and it's the appetizer, which is preparing for marriage, and then the entree, building the main course, which is pretty much the relationship in itself. And then the dessert is keeping the sweetness alive. So we are still on the appetizer, preparing for marriage. And I was actually listening to a radio talk show host who is pretty famous, and I ain't gonna name drop, but he was talking about the things that you needed to have before you got married to be not technically to be compatible, but to help with a healthy marriage. And he was saying that the 4 things that you and your spouse or future spouse should agree on is, the first thing is money. Talking about money, debt, spending, and saving. The second thing you and your spouse or future spouse should agree on is faith, religion, that kind of thing. And he said the third thing you and your spouse should agree on is kids. And that's, hey, how you doing? And he was saying how you should agree on kids, meaning how to raise your kids and all that other stuff. And then the fourth thing is your in-laws, how to have boundaries and all that good stuff. So he was saying that they do pretty much like a statistic thing. And if you agree on those 4 things between you and your fiance or in your marriage, the success rate of your marriage or relationship is going to skyrocket. So the 4 things is money, how you're going to be, how you're going to tackle debt, how you tackle spending and saving. Second thing is faith, your religion or your beliefs, if you align with those. Third is how you're going to raise your kids. I would even throw in there how many kids you're going to have, because I know a few couples that have one lady's like, oh yeah, we're going to have 5 kids, and the dude's like, absolutely not. 2 is my max. And then they're arguing back and forth. I'm like, honey, just listen to him. Just had the 2. Just had a 2. He know what he doing. And then 4 is your in-laws, boundaries, what you can take and what you can't. how they'll be able to run the household and things like that. So if we are still talking about preparing for a marriage, preparing for your relationships, I had some books that I recommended you guys. Y'all know I'm a little overachiever. So the book, oh, wait. The book is actually, my husband moved the book, sorry. But these are the workbooks for the book. They're the same names. It's called Saving Your Marriage Before It Starts. The book is called this, and it's a thicker book, but these are the workbooks. And I got the man and the woman version. Now, both of these that I can tell are the same, except for one is for the woman, one is for the man. So if you get these, the woman works in this one, the man works in the other, and then there's a book that combines it, and you guys both work out of that book. And it has some really amazing things in it, and it helps you to get prepared for marriage. And it helps you to get prepared for like different questions. So I'm getting into it real quick, y'all. I'm gonna tell you some of the questions, and I think that they are really good. And I wish that I had probably started this book before I got married, because there's some great questions in here. So it says your personal 10 commandments that you would ask someone is, and you can kind of change these up. But one of the first questions that you should talk about with your spouse is finances, because statistics do say communication and finances are one of the biggest things that can pretty much lead to divorce. And really, if you're talking about finances, it's communication anyway. So one of it is rules about finances, and it talks about the conversation you should have around finances before you get married and with your fiance and all of that stuff. So it says rules about finances. Example is credit cards are to be used in an emergency. Do you agree with that or whatever? And it has a little spot where your person can write down what they, if they agree or what their take is on that. Another one is rules about mealtime. And it says, example, dinner should be served at the same time every night. And it has different slots on what you should say and all that. So, anyway, that is pretty much what it talks about: dinner time, meal times, and all that. And a lot of times these questions do come up when you are trying to get married, or you're engaged, and people have certain expectations, like, oh, the woman should be the one washing dishes or taking out trash or doing the household stuff. You should be talking about that stuff before you get married and all of that. So the reason why we are on this live is because it's Date with the Plate. And you want to date, you want to eat, starts with relationships. So I'm just pretty much breaking down different topics about marriage and relationships, because I told y'all my algorithm is now crazy, because I've been clicking on certain stuff that I don't even usually watch. And the dating scenes and some of the stuff that people are talking about, I mean, it's just crazy. So I'm just giving some advice about marriage, relationships, and all of that pertaining to food, trying to still keep it toward my channel. So I'm going to get on here every single night. Y'all come on back and join me. I'm about to jump on my other channel, which is Not So Perfect Parenting with Regina Long. It'd be hype over there. Be so many people over there. So I'm hoping that some people jump on tonight. And I'm going to encourage the parents, and I'm going to encourage myself. And then I'm going to go to bed because it's been a long day. All right. I am Regina, the real Gina B, Date with the Plate. Only